News. We're getting an update right now from police. Let's go ahead and listen in.
Lincoln University and helping us and us helping Lincoln University.
Okay, and I apologize. Did you say some of the victims are probably students?
Possibly students. Possibly going to be students. So at this time, we haven't confirmed that yet, but based on the age group, we're going to lean toward the fact that some of them may actually be students.
Okay, can you tell us how many people were injured?
At this point, I know of at least 3 people that are injured. Of course, with the way the chaotic scene evolved, we may have 4 or we may only have 2. I'm here, so I don't know at this point exactly how many people were injured, but we do have more than 2. At this point, I can say safely we have at least 3.
Okay, and you said more than one shooter. Were they on foot?
At this point, we know that everyone left, and there were a lot of vehicles leaving the scene. So at this point, our witnesses are still getting information, trying to determine if the shots were being fired from a vehicle or if, in fact, someone was on foot. We are still canvassing the parking lot. As you see, there are several officers placing out markers right now to show that we do have spent shell casings on the lot.
You said several vehicles were leaving. Were some of those suspects or some of those just people out?
We are still investigating, so at this point we don't know if they were suspects or simply people fleeing the area because it was an active shooting.
And you said several people. One was taken to university and several people to hospitals here.
I know for certain that one of the victims was transported by ambulance to university as they were leaving. Part of our procedure is to find out what their destination is, and one of those ambulances that left the scene did in fact instruct us that they were heading straight to University Hospital.
Do you know the extent of injuries at all? Sorry.
At this point, I haven't been given an exact. I know that one of the victims was struck in the leg, one was struck in the abdomen, and at this point, I'm not sure to what extent those injuries were. We're still looking at to determine what caliber weapon we're looking at, so that will, of course, play a part in the injuries depending on the caliber of the weapon.
I'm sorry if you mentioned this earlier. Do you have any idea of how many suspects there were?
No, at this point, we are still trying to identify how many suspects as far as who was actually firing rounds. We know that there were multiple people that were seen leaving the area, and due to the fact that there were so many people leaving, some of those people could be suspects or they could, as I said earlier, just be people trying to get away from the gunfire.
Is the Link and JC schools have they been evacuated on lockdown?
Well, we don't control when businesses go on lockdown. I do know because we had school resource officers.
Okay, you are hearing from Lieutenant David Williams with the Jefferson City Police Department giving an update on that shooting scene at the Link. That's a recreation center in Jefferson City near Lafayette, near Lincoln University. Here's what we know so far as we were dipping into that news conference. We know that 3 people are possibly injured from that shooting. There are possibly also multiple suspects that could be involved in this. He did say that there were multiple people leaving the scene as that active shooting was going on. So it's unclear exactly how many suspects could be involved in this shooting. We do know that one person was taken to University Hospital in Columbia. Now, ABC 17's Sydney Olson was at the scene. She was asking Lieutenant Williams some questions regarding this investigation. We will try to go back after her here in just a couple of minutes. We'll be right back after this.